West Ascension Consolidated Drainage District is called to order April 7th, 2016. Invocation, if you mind, stand. Bow your head. Lord, bless this great state. Lord, bless this great community. Also bless Ascension Parish. And also bless all the armed forces servicemen that serve in this country. And make sure that we make the right decision for our community at this meeting. Thank you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Everyone is here, present, accepting the minutes from February the 4th, 2016.
Move.
Seconded, minutes is approved. Moving on to item number 4, Lemonville Cutoff Road Bridge, box cover, Mr. Pierce.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman, Councilman. We've been working to get that started. We have a pad that we have to put down, and that's pretty much on schedule. We're going to put some reclaim on it. We have ordered the tools to put the box culvert together, and as soon as that is done, we will have to order a pump and a crane and a crew to get out there and drop it and cover it up. So I would say that would take, of course, as always, we have utilities to relocate, and that sometimes takes a while. But I would say that would probably get in motion in a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks.
How long will that road be out of service?
I would say they can be able to do that job in about a week or 2, with good weather permitting.
All right. Okay, and Moose, Mr. Pierce, I don't know if you aware of it. I know the state had pretty much mandated this change in that bridge, so I don't know if you've been communicating with them or if you've seen anything from them lately.
No, they just come down and, they make you aware that you need to do something with the bridge. Okay. So we are, doing what they asked us to do, to repair it or replace it.
Okay. All right. Item number 5 is Bayou Freshwater District. I got City Councilman Mr. Delaney as the rep on this, but I'm going to just give you an up-to-date on this here. We have a drainage issue in the right-of-way of the Freshwater District, and it comes off of Port Barrel, and one of the residents there wants some improvement there, and this has been going back and forth for a while, but I see Ben standing up there right now, and I see Mr. Delaney here, and I see the constituent is here, Mr. Bradford. So, Ben, I'm going to let you go ahead with it. I know we done had conversation with it, but we're going to put it on record. Who's going to be responsible for this, okay?
Well, I'll go on record in saying that we're going to go out, Mr. Bradford and I are going to go out and take a look at it on Tuesday of next week. As you know, this has been lingering for a while. We met about it a couple months ago. We had a schedule to meet at the site one day, and that fell through. I told you that the Freshwater District was committed to going out there and working towards a amicable resolution for all parties involved. As you know, and as I was telling Mr. Bradford before, what happened before I got here, there's nothing I can do about, okay? But I am committed to doing everything that I can within my powers to come to a resolution that we all can be happy about, walk away happy about. So I spoke with Mr. Bradford before the meeting. He and I are scheduled to go out Tuesday afternoon to take a look at the site, to first understand the issue. I mean, I understand relatively the issue, but to see exactly the location and exactly what problems he's having. And then we'll work towards a resolution. I mean, unfortunately, I don't have the power to speak for my entire board and come out right now and say that we're 100% going to cover all costs. We're going to do the work ourselves, but I can tell you that we're going to do everything we can within our power to come to an amicable solution, and I think it's, I think it's definitely possible.
Okay. Well, just back in this has been a long dragging on issue, and this ever since the Bayou Lafourche came up with the new rules, whereas the drain issues and everything. And the base of the issue is if who dig it up and something happen, and who have the right-of-way responsibility of it. And that's what's the biggest issue. We always had a problem with, if we dig it, Freshwater District say we had a problem with it because it was their right-of-way. If something happened to it, then we liable to it, So now, and I'm going to commit from West Ascension Drain, whatever you need on our behalf that we can work together, we would do it. But once again, y'all have the power and the right-of-way of that area.
Right.
So that was the biggest issue always. So, and I'm hoping that we can resolve this problem once you go evaluate it and say what we're going to do. Okay?
I promise you, I hope we can resolve it as well. So, like I said, I've committed to Mr. Bradford to go out there and meet with him on Tuesday to look at the site, to get an idea of the issues that he's having, and then go back to the drawing board and come up with some resolution. It doesn't sound complicated. It certainly seems very feasible within all of our budgets. I'm sure we all probably have staff and resources that can probably take this out and take care of this internally. As far as the landowner and right of way, that's one of those things that I don't know that we'll ever agree on, ever. So I would rather not go down that road if we don't have to, and let's just get the problem fixed.
All right. Well, I see Mr. Bradford here. That's fair enough with you, Mr. Bradford?
Yeah.
Because
Said we gotta get the problem fixed.
You know.
It's a liability over there.
Because if not, I'm gonna do this here just like you're gonna do. Legal? We're gonna turn it over to legal. So I'm hoping we can resolve this problem.
No offense, Mr. Barrington, but let's try not to get legal involved. So, but while I'm here, I do want to give. You have anything else, Mr. Bradford?
All right, and I just want, Mr. Delaney, I appreciate you coming and bringing this issue up.
Yeah, no problem. All I want to do is Mr. Bradford came to me, and I just want to thank y'all for, allowing us the opportunity to come before y'all, because it's been an issue that's been going on for better than 10 years or so. And, it is a safety hazard because you got like a 7 or 8 foot drop behind the house, and you got it carted off and everything, but we just need to get your resolution, and like I said, I can work along with the city council to see whatever we can do to help also.
Cool. All right.
We need to get it resolved.
I agree.
All right.
So
Ben,
just
you
real
got-
quick, while I got y'all's attention, I won't be long. Just to update y'all on a few projects that we have going on in the parish and in the city. First big project, you're going to see a lot of well, let me skip down to the second. The sediment trap just below the train bridge. Okay, that was a project that we were dredging about 24,000 cubic yards out of the sediment trap. Craig and the previous West Side coordinator, we worked out an agreement to where the parish would take the material. We would give the material to the parish, and they did a wonderful job of hauling it off. Unfortunately, the contractor demobilized from the site before the post-construction surveys were processed, and he was a sizable quantity short, So he's actually having to remobilize out to the site and complete the dredging. The real reason I bring that up is because part of that project was to, when the contractor demobilized, was to fix the boat launch. I know the boat launch has been a real hot topic in the city. There's a lot of residents that aren't real happy about it. Once again, it's been a lingering issue that's been around that I'm not real happy about either. But it didn't make sense for us to put up any money to fix the boat launch before the contractor brought in all this heavy equipment. So we're still committed and we still are going to fix the boat launch once the contractor completes the dredging to the dredge template and demobilizes. That's that. The other, we have a capital outlay project that's going to look at, that we've actually worked with the city of Donaldsonville and the West Ascension Drainage Board to formulate, that's going to alleviate some of the drainage issues, the back flooding up to St. Patrick Street, and the water getting up on the 308 right there, just south of the railroad bridge. Those plans are set to be finalized and ready to bid by the end of this month. Unfortunately, it's a capital outlay project, and I'm sure y'all have capital outlay projects that y'all are keeping real close track on. It's going to be a tough year for capital outlay this year. We got about $350,000 now for the project. It's $1.5 million project, so we're underfunded. We're certainly going to do everything we can to lobby the legislature to see if we can get that additional funding put in the capital outlay bill this year, but I can tell you that's going to be tough. So that's the status of that. The plans for that go on the shelf, and when the funding's available, we'll move forward on the project. And then the last project to update, which is y'all will see a lot of activity real soon, is the replacement of the existing Union Pacific embankment. They're actually going to construct an open span bridge there crossing the bayou and over 308 and LA1. They're not going to touch any of the underpasses over LA1 or 308, but a 160 foot section in the middle of the bayou they're going to construct an open span bridge in place with the track still in service, and then they're going to excavate the embankment afterwards after it's completely constructed. So we had a pre-construction meeting last Tuesday. The contractors on site have had 3 weeks to turn their bids in, so we'll accept bid. Union Pacific will accept the bids 2 weeks from this coming Tuesday, and we're expecting for them to mobilize with once. Then we have to get legal involved. So once we execute the agreements, we're hoping they can mobilize out by the middle of May, and then they're saying 60 to 90 days the bridge is complete. So it's a really exciting project for us. I know it's a project that's also been on the books for a really long time. So be looking forward for that. They'll be hopefully driving piles by the middle of next month.
Okay. Anyone have any questions for Mr. Bass? I want to have one question. When they start that construction, you think they would have any closing the road 308 or Highway 1 of any
No,
of that?
so their right of way on the Koki property side is 100 feet from the center line of the track.
Okay.
So they have plenty enough room, and I think they're actually going to negotiate something with Koki to, if they need any additional access. Obviously, our property is on the 308 side, so if they got to access it from there, they'll be able to do that. We don't anticipate them having to close any of the roads down for any period of time, except, they're going to be bringing in some pretty heavy equipment, so, they may have to shut it down temporarily to get the equipment offloaded or to back a truck down. But other than that, nothing really anticipated for a long period of time, so.
Okay. Yeah.
That's solely funded by, no, it's actually through a grant from the Department of Interior. So we were very fortunate to have that funding made available. So, I mean, one would believe that Union Pacific should probably pay for at least a portion of it, but, this project's been back and forth for 25, 30 years now. So it was an opportunity for us to go down We could either have continued down the legal road and fight a legal battle with them that was really getting us nowhere. And the solution to that battle was a $15 or $20 million bridge, or with some funding that was made available, kind of pushed the envelope, and they came to the table, and I got to say, I'm certainly not defending Union Pacific's actions in the past, but because I can't speak for what happened before I got here, but since we've really initiated this push to get it funded through this grant program, they've been really receptive and really working hand in hand with us to get this thing built. The bridge went from $15 million to $5 million once we got their engineers involved. So it's going to be really nice. It's going to be nice for everybody, especially the freshwater district.
Good.
So, and if anybody has any questions.
That's it. Then, once again, I appreciate you coming down. All right?
Thank you, Mr. Joe.
All right. Moving along to item number 6, the Lower Delta Soil and Water Conservation District. We normally support them with a financial assistance about $2,000. So, Mr. Pierce, you're just asking us for approval on this?
Right. Yes, that's just an annual request.
All right.
Motion.
Second? No objection? Motion passed. Carroll Street, myself, I guess, Moose, I'm gonna turn that back. I know you're working on that.
Yeah, we have obtained the right-of-way. We've done the survey. We've obtained the right-of-way on the Sotil property, and they signed off on it today. And we will put it on the work, there's a work order to take care of it. We're gonna go down from Carroll Street along Julie Drive to by Napoleon, and then and then cross their land, the Sotil property, and then go down on the other side of their property down to Napoleon.
Yeah.
So that should alleviate a lot of drainage, a lot of flooding, in that area.
Correct. All right. Moving on to item number 8, St. James Assumption Drainage Update.
I spoke to this Parish President Timmy Roussel's secretary today, and we set up an appointment for Monday morning at 10 o'clock to talk with the Parish President about Lake Verret bayou that goes all the way down into Lake des Allemands, which includes Lafourche Parish, St. James, and I think it's maybe part of Assumption. I think maybe just St. James and Lafourche. So we are going to determine an action to clear that out, but we're going to have to probably start in the Lafourche area.
All right. Mr. Pierce, I know you took a little boat ride with one of our constituents there, and as a witness, I know you see it need to be cleaned out.
Exactly. That was down to St. James. Of course, that was in St. James Parish, in the St. James Canal, but then it came to a point where it hit Bayou Verret, so it was all part of that system. That system helps drain, our West Ascension drainage.
The whole city of Downsville.
Right.
So,
Can we get an invitation
to that meeting, that Moose?
Yeah, can we get an invitation to that meeting or notice when you're gonna have it?
What meeting?
We said you're gonna meet with Timmy Roussel.
Yeah, that's Monday at 10 o'clock.
Oh, you have
At
it
his,
set.
Right.
At his office?
At
or-
his office,
At his office? Okay.
President's office.
Okay. That's in,
And you're
Convent, correct?
welcome to come if y'all can make it.
all right. Great. All right. Moving on to item number 9, reports. Mr. Pierce, you got any other updates or any?
We are moving in to the new building, got furniture, and we are moving in, as much as we can, so that should be completed. I don't want to give an exact time, but it should be in the very near future. And I have a sign that I wanted to pass by y'all that I didn't bring tonight, but I want to pass by y'all for, to let the public know, you know, the sign, the Public Works Building and Recreation is going to be in that building too, so.
All right, Mr. Craig Anderson, you got anything from you?
Well, we're working in Modis on the big canal, we having trouble with beavers. We're having trouble with beavers, keep stopping the canal off. And so we pulling some trees, getting the right of way where we could get in there pretty easy to try to keep them down. And we start cutting grass, and we hope everybody just be patient with us so we can make our rounds, our first round. And Mr. Darcy, Councilman Darcy, we got, in about 2 weeks or something, we should be getting on that St. Jude's ditch. You know, we need to get the grass cut when my tractors get round on that end. We're gonna cut the grass real good and stuff, and we're gonna try to start cleaning the ditch out. Thank you. That's good.
The only other thing is, Craig, I know we do have the poison, the spray tractor.
Yeah, we doing
And,
some spraying.
so the public will know that, you know, if they, we gonna be spraying the ditches too.
Yeah, but they got some residents don't want us to spray in front of their ditch, so we got to be careful with that.
All right, so
Yeah.
with those, then can we just ask them to put a sign up saying, do not spray, so your people would know, you know? But, once again, if you don't get to spray it and the grass grow high, you have to remember that, the tractor crew is on a rotation, and it may take, based on weather and, how long it take you to get around.
Yeah.
You might get it cut within once a month. That's about the normal. Yeah. So, okay. All right. Mr. Dawes? All right. Next meeting would be
Only 2 weeks.
May 5th, 5:15. All right.
Motion.
All right.
To
Second.
adjourn.
All right. Motion to adjourn. Second. Adjourn.